I'm really excited to be working with Free Trade, who have sponsored this video.
Free Trade believes in commission-free investing for everyone. This means you won't pay any commission when investing your spare cash.
While other brokers charge up to £12 per trade, Free Trade doesn't, so you can keep more of your money. And where they do charge, like on FX, it's fair and transparent.
The design of the app makes it simple and easy to use, which is great for any experience level. From beginners starting to educate themselves on the benefits of investing to experts already in the know.
You can start investing from just £2, and they offer these things called fractional stocks. This basically means you can buy a small piece of expensive US companies like Google, Tesla, and Apple.
With over 700,000 investors on board, they're a Which recommended investment platform provider in 2023. And they've won the best online trading platform at the British Bank Awards 5 years running. This means they're an investment platform you can trust.
Now for the best bit. If you create and fund your account with just £10 using our link, you'll get a free share worth between £10 and £100. That could be in anything from Ford to Dunelm.
Remember, when you invest, your capital is at risk. The value of your portfolio can go up as well as down, and you may get back less than you put in. This is not financial advice. You should always do your own research on what investments are right for you before investing, or seek the advice of a professional.
Yo guys, welcome to the last lap.
Don't forget to drop a lovely, juicy 5-star rating if you're watching an Apple podcast or Spotify.
Hope you enjoy, and let's get into it.
Lewis is apparently on the cusp of signing it this week, potentially before the Canadian Grand Prix as well.
There's always this build-up with Lewis, isn't there, Phil? Is there
so him and Toto, they're like have little whispers in the media. Like,
I don't feel like this happens with other
when are you going to sign it? Ooh.
Yeah, and it becomes like it's this
Toto,
big...
do you want to come to dinner tonight? Let's sign it together.
Let's sign it, maybe, but like maybe we'll just have a sensual meal. It's just like, guys, like cut the tension, bro. Just sign a contract every year. Jokes, man. It is, obviously, I know it's because Lewis signs 1-year deals, but like,
do you think he will this time?
Yeah, I think he will.
Do you reckon?
I think the latest set of progression that Mercedes have put in, I think it's convinced him.
But do you think only 1 year?
Yeah.
Would you not sign more if you were him? Because obviously we've got what 24, 25, and then 2020. So there's 2 more full seasons. Of these rules before the new engines come in. Potentially then there might be changes to the aero regs and all that.
Okay, yeah.
We only know about the engines as such, right? So there might be other changes. So you would think that, you know, he's at a manufacturer team. Mercedes, you know, they had the best engine before, and you know they don't have that same engine advantage now, but they had the best engine in those years when, you know, Lewis was winning all these titles. So, and now they're showcasing, okay, they're not, you know, showcasing the ineptitude that Ferrari are, and they have somewhat taken a step forward at Catalunya. So why not 2 years? Why wouldn't he sign 2?
Again, bro, I always come back to it, man. EP's got to be made at some point. He's got music to make, bro. He's got other things to do as Lewis. No, I'm kidding. No, I do hear that. I do get that.
Do you think it's different because like George is his teammate now versus Valtteri as well?
I think it is.
How do you think that affects the negotiation?
I think it does, because I think it's that sort of rolling year on year evolution and development of that relationship and that dynamic, and who is the number one driver. You know, when it's Lewis v Valtteri, Lewis knows going into any contract negotiations, look, boss, I am the number one driver in every situation. Fact. Boom. That's the negotiation. There's no negotiating. With George, I'm not saying he's going in being like, well, I might be second driver, whatever, but he's probably going to want to be a little bit more. He's probably going to want that contract to evolve a little bit more, and the terms of it, when he knows he's got someone that's actually like competing with him pound for pound in the same team. I think it just makes sense for him, because I don't think Mercedes are ever going to go, or certainly in the next couple of years are going to go, Lewis, 1 year deal's done, but we don't want to sign you at this point. You know, and unless Mercedes try and make a Charles Leclerc move happen, unless Lewis gets maybe word that they're interested in Charles, I think for him, just doing 1 year's, you know, it's fine, because I don't think there's going to be that pressure that Mercedes is going to want to get him out anytime soon.
Yeah,
move him on.
I hope he signs a multi-deal. I do, because, well, in part, I think it's good for him, because I do now think that, I think it's fair to say, Mercedes aren't as reliant on Lewis being in that team as they used to be, because they've got George, and George has shown that he is just as Like he's right there.
Yeah, facts.
He's doing what Bottas could never do. Like he's showing he's right there already, which is great for the team from a long-term point of view. But also if we get a 2-year deal, then that means that hopefully if Mercedes catch up, we might actually get George and Lewis both in a race-winning car against like Max in a Red Bull. Even just those three.
Yeah. Whew. What a battle.
Mate. That would be sick.
Get
please, Mercedes, make a good car.
Aston make a good car as well, and then Fernando's involved. Stroll still isn't, but Fernando is. And then Ferrari, you can just watch in it.
That's not going to happen. Yeah, you just watch. They
can watch with the rest of us.
They could just buy a grandstand.
Yeah,
everyone sits in the grandstand.
You guys just get a Sky Sports subscription. It's fine. Don't
just
worry
give Ferrari a year off. I think give them a year off. Just
that would actually be interesting. Do you reckon? Actually, no. They definitely wouldn't. I don't know if it'd be financially viable.
What?
F1 team just taking a year off. Just going like, lads, we're not coming.
Just a sabbatical.
We're just taking a sabbatical. We want to focus on the next thing. I know Haas did that disastrously.
Yeah,
but that was like enforced. I want a team to sit down and go, you know what, guys? We're not coming this year.
We're not turning up.
We're not turning up. We've got other things to focus on.
Rent out your slot, because they're saying, it's $1 billion buy-in. Rent out your slot.
Rent it out. Someone pay me. You guys can race instead for this year.
Cadillac Andretti, that's their chance.
Yeah, because you imagine.
Yeah.
Red Bull just go with board. You guys just do it instead.
Still the Ferrari seat.
Yeah.
Well, because you mentioned this earlier as well about Fernando talking about these upgrades that are coming to Canada. I mean, the way that he's been, like I say, we won't be off. That'll be the last time we're off the podium. All this. I appreciate. I like the confidence. We saw that from him going into Monaco, and it was a great result in Monaco. Like, is there a risk it kind of backfires? Because Fernando's definitely playing a bit of a game here, isn't he? Like, we should he's the best at it, right? All of this, like, happy, lovely, best friends with Lance.
Yeah.
All of that.
His dad.
Now, all of these little statements, like gassing up the team as well. Like, I think Fernando's playing, and I think it's a really good game, but I think it's a game nonetheless.
Yeah, facts. No, it is. It is interesting. You know what's mad as well? Going to Canada, he was second on the grid, wasn't he, in Alpine?
Oh, yeah, man, you're right, in the wet.
Yeah, in the wet.
Of course.
And think of what he can do in that Aston. No, it is all a game with Fernando. Like, that's where you've always got to take what he says with a pinch of salt and, like, always think of a meaning behind what he's saying. He might get angry on team radio for one thing and something similar happens and he's not. And you've got to really piece together, right, okay, because whatever he's doing, even in the heat of the moment, the heat of battle, he's thinking like, not actually politically, but F1 politically.
Yeah.
GP2 engine was not just like an outburst of like, oh, I'm annoyed. It was these lot have had enough time to build an engine and they can't do shit. I'm taking it to my own hands and I'm embarrassing them on the live feed. That was like a calculated thing.
Yeah.
So whatever Fernando does, there's always meaning behind it.
The thing is, though, I think that his decision making around those things, so like that GP2 outburst was very short-sighted because of the damage that did to they wouldn't even let him race a Honda-powered IndyCar to try and get the Indy 500.
Yeah.
He was going to race and Honda were like, no, we're not having Fernando in this car.
Yeah.
And they've changed their tune now. They're more like happy with Fernando now that this Honda-Aston Martin relationship is going on. But that, like, that was calculated.
He did burn a bridge.
But he shot himself in the foot. I think he's got better at calculating when and what to say. Because I think most of the time, any negativity coming out of Fernando has been more directed outwards. I think that's not what I didn't like. Didn't go down well with me in the past. Is a lot of that negativity seemed to be directed inwards, and I think that when he's pushing it out, he's doing great job on track. He's like trying to pull Lance along with him.
Yeah.
And he's gassing up the team, which is like clearly working because he knows that they've clearly got some unreal minds at Aston Martin for them to now have the third, maybe second quickest car now. Yeah. Considering where they were this time last year.